is up? What is going on? We are back in black in the building. Hey. What is going on? What is going on? You already know who I am. Ain't no need to introductions. Shit ain't even about me. Niggas broke. Nah, nigga, I don't want you to know my name. I want you to know my name when you got some motherfucking money for a nigga. Shout out to everybody that's at the corporate plantation as we speak, handling business. Shout out to everybody that's on vacation. There's niggas on vacation too, so shout out to them. Shout out to everybody that's handling business and doing what they need to do to survive. You already know what it is. It is 2021. We got a new president. Hey, which I don't give a fuck about. Shout out to Donald Trump for letting out Harrio, the founder and original CEO of Death Row Records. Why y'all niggas up here talking about Donald Trump is racist? It's Joe Biden's the one that's gonna help us. Oh, I'm gonna get on all you hoe-ass niggas today. For real. So shout out to Trump for letting out Harrio, nigga. Death Row in the house, nigga. No Harrio, nigga. Ain't no Suge Knight, ain't no Dre, ain't no Snoop, ain't none of that. No Eminem, no 50, no none of that bullshit. So shout out to Harrio. Hey. Shout out to everybody that's knowing exactly what's going on in the system of racism, white supremacy, and you trying to do whatever you can to establish a system of justice like Neely Fuller Jr. teaches. I'm still learning. And shout out to all you good, tell them about the gun line, Hayward Shepherd, Steven from Django, motherfucking coon-ass, Sambo-ass niggas that think that getting the pat on the head from the dominant white society is what's going to get you and propel you past your next brother and sister. So shout out to all you Sambo-ass niggas. Shout out to all my finessing-ass niggas out there, too. There's a lot of finessing-ass niggas. Nigga, god damn. Shout out to all you begging-ass niggas at the court plantation that's can't wait to get to the job so you can ask a nigga how much money you can borrow. Tired of niggas like that. So I be having my earphones on. Nigga be like, hey, man, what you listen to? Man, why, nigga? Nigga, man, I'm listening to a podcast shit. I wish I could do it, man. I ain't got no money to pay my phone bill. Nigga, sounds like a personal problem to me, nigga. God damn. Fuck out my face, nigga. Off the eardrum, nigga. Shout out to everybody that is handling business and staying away from the goddamn finessing and the bullshit and the ups and downs. Some motherfuckers will take you on an emotional roller coaster like Vivian Green in this bitch. Well, nigga, I'm not Vivian Green. I don't want to go on an emotional roller coaster. Fuck out of here. Shout out to everybody that's studying, reading these books. And we're going to get into a lot of shit today. We're going to get into a lot of the symbolisms and shit from the inauguration yesterday. I'm not going to play a whole lot. I might play some footage, but I really don't because I don't want to hear the bullshit from Joe 94 crime bill. But I am going to get on a lot of my melanated brothers and sisters who feel like they did a good job by going out and voting for smoking Joe 94 crime bill Biden. So we're going to get into that. We're going to get into how people need to arm themselves with education. Go do the research for yourself or you just go out and do something that somebody told you to do. Because there's a lot of suck-ass niggas out here, too, that are trying to vote shame you and make you feel like you're not going to be a part of this movement because Joe Biden's really going to do something. Joe Biden's executive order ain't had shit to do with no niggas. Donald Trump let out more niggas. He pardoned more niggas than all last 10 presidents that we had combined. So I don't want to hear that shit. Stop. Motherfucker, Donald Trump racing, and so is Joe Biden. So we going to get on that shit. And shout out to all my melanated brothers and sisters out here that's battling this COVID-19. You better go check out Tahuti Ma'at Herbs. Now, my nigga, ma'atrah.com. You better go get you some sea moss in your life. Mix of Health, blackandnoble.com. If you can't go get none of that, you better go get you some motherfucking spring water and put you some goddamn lemons in it. And nigga, and up that alkalinity in your body. Lemons are the second most alkalinity fruit on the goddamn chart. First is motherfucking watermelon, and then it's lemons. So niggas, get your education. And shout out to my niggas that was on Dr. Sadie before Nipsey Hussle's untimely death, because I'm thankful for the brother Nipsey, because Nipsey Hussle took Dr. Sabi, who had been doing this shit, and put him in the mainstream category. And a lot of niggas started to get on that. So shout out to our brother Nipsey Hussle, rest in power. And shout out to Dr. Sabi as well. But the reason why I'm bringing this up before we get started to our subject is because shout out to the most honorable Elijah Muhammad. And the reason why I say that is because without the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and How to Eat to Live, there would be no Dr. Sebi, because he was a part of the Nation of Islam. Go do the research. Go Google it. Niggas don't want to give the Honorable Elijah Muhammad any credit, but niggas want to give all Dr. Sebi the credit. But go read that book, How to Eat to Live, by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Y'all gonna always bigging him up. The reason I say that is because the nigga was a very, very good businessman. He had business acumen. His business acumen was on par, and he was a genius. And he knew about the system of racism, white supremacy, and he knew exactly what the fuck they had planned. Which brings me to my next point. Go read this book, The Fall of America, by the Most Honorable Elijah Muhammad. Go get some education in your life. And no, you ain't got to be a part of the Nation of Islam to give him props. God damn, the nigga was brilliant. God damn, he was a genius. Go check him out. Let me tell you something, man. We need to start arming ourselves with education. Knowledge is power. And I'm not talking about going to some goddamn European school or going to some school, the university of them, to be reinserted back into the matrix, to be a slave for them. I'm not talking about that. That's why I can't stand a nigga to be like, well, you know, I have my degree. And I'd be like, oh, you do? And I guarantee you, you're reporting to somebody white with no degree. So the fuck out of here, nigga. So shout out to everybody that understands what life is about, know where we're going. Shout out to Shawnee too. I gotta go get that book about the move. There's a documentary about Move too. Shawnee, if you ever listen to this podcast, there's a documentary I think on Amazon Prime about the Move group in Philly, how they dropped that bomb on them too. So, hey man, I'm all about sharing the wisdom and knowledge. This is No I Don't Know. Because no, I don't know what the fuck is going on. Study from the cradle to the grave. Put that goddamn Bible down, you Bible thumping ass black Christians who's playing to Cesare Borgia, and go arm yourself with some real shit. Like the Black History Reader by the Most Honorable Dr. Claude Anderson. Go get you Black Labor White Wealth by the Most Honorable Dr. Claude Anderson. Go get this book. Go check him out. Nigga, instead of reading that goddamn Bible, read your Bible, pray every day, and don't even know who the fuck you praying to. Fuck out of here. Praying to some shit they told you to pray to. You better go study Ifa. You better go study Voodoo. Instead of fucking sitting up here, and all this bullshit, and then niggas, and then white folks still kicking your ass. So I don't want to hear that shit. Stop. We need to understand exactly what's going on, and I'm gonna get into it right now. Hey. And shout out to all my ladies that's out there that know that they, shit, if you ain't going to work, you better sell some pussy, ho. And like I told you right now, I will auction off that pussy for you, bitch. Let me get 45, sold to the next sucker ass nigga. And you like, damn, why you start the bidding off at $45, Warren? Because, bitch, I checked your Carfax. You got over 100,000 miles on that pussy hole. You need your transmission dropped, man. Fuck all that. So shout out to my ladies out there. Shout out to all my beautiful melanated sisters and my melanated brothers that's handling business and got their own black businesses. So go support black business as much as you can, because we all we got. Hey, now we about to get into it. Hey. Turn this down. Man. There's so much shit going on. It's going on, man. We gonna get into it right now. The inauguration. Kamala, Mammy Harris, and Joe 94 Crime Bill Biden. And y'all these niggas, sucker ass motherfuckers, vote shaming and telling motherfuckers you should have voted for him and he's not racist like Donald Trump. I don't know how many podcasts I done and broke down. Y'all need to go get the new Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. Go read that book. In the book, it talks about the Just Say No and how I think this is his brother, and he got stopped. He was on a bus. I think he was on a bus or Greyhound or something. And he got stopped. They thought he has drugs, and they just pulling motherfuckers over and searching motherfuckers. First of all, Nancy Reagan and them this Just Say No shit, while on the back end, they was funding Contras and using black folks' money by funding Oliver North and getting those drugs in and out of the country, giving them the freeway Ricky Ross, and then selling to his own people. And they didn't mind him doing it as long as he wasn't paying off people's houses and mortgages and shit. This is what they do. So why would you even trust them in the first place? And, oh, by the way, Smoking Joe 94 crime bill Biden, he's the architect behind the 94 crime bill. I said it a million times. I don't understand why motherfuckers, you know why? This is what I think about people, especially us sometimes. We don't get into a motherfucker just straight kick you in the teeth. When they just kick you in the motherfucking teeth and you walking around with gummies and ain't got no motherfucking teeth in your mouth, then you mad like, damn, that motherfucker just kicked me in my teeth. It's like it takes all, and they can keep telling you, you know I'm gonna kick you in your teeth, right? You know I'm gonna fuck you up, right? A motherfucker be like, man, they not gonna fuck me up. They love me. And that's exactly how the majority of black folks feel about the dominant white society as far as their infrastructure. Nigga, they not gonna change that shit. Joe Biden and fucking Donald Trump are the same human being. What the fuck you mean? Matter of fact, Joe Biden's worse because he's a covert racist. And he's been practicing anti-black racism the last 40-something years he's been in office. But y'all niggas running to the polls. You got black preachers telling niggas to go vote and black preachers telling niggas to go take the vaccination. Go take the vaccination, clown. Go ahead. I ain't even gonna say nothing. Do what you do. Go ahead. Go take the vaccination. Go do what you do, clown. Tired of telling niggas, man. You try to tell niggas coming to me, hey, man, man, look, man, you want to vote? Go vote for these sucking motherfuckers. But what have they done for you? See, motherfuckers don't know. See, this is what I told a brother one day. Like, man, you gonna vote? I said, no, I don't vote without reciprocity. He said, what do you mean reciprocity? Something for something, homie. No, there's reciprocity that is deserving of us. Then you start talking about reparations. Nigga look at you like you crazy. And I said, look, nigga, I am a descendant of a slave, nigga. I am a foundational black American. He was like, how you figure? When I told my last name, I said, my last name is the same as one of the presidents. And they were all slave owners in the 18, 16, 1700s. So I already know where I come from. So I don't want to hear that shit. That's why niggas need to go read the book, Destruction of a Black Civilization by Chancellor Williams. Go read that book, man. Great book. This is my second time reading because it's so gangster. And the only reason why I read it is because our brother J.A. Rogers, so dope. You need to go check this book out too. You know, when I read this book, it dropped so many jewels about so many hidden great people of color, black folk. So it brought me back to, I said, maybe I need to read that shit again because I know it talks about some shit. Because I read this book called Before the Mayflower too, and it was dropping jewels about Denmark, VC, and just all the bullshit that they had going on, man. The dominant white society, they will, look, as my brother said, he said, nigga, after 400 some years of slavery and them running niggas, they not finna get no power back, nigga. They don't respect no niggas. That's a fact. And that's why they do the shit that they do, and they not gonna change the shit. So I don't know why niggas running around here thinking because they voted for a nigga and thinking that your dominant white society supervisor gonna be cool with you because you voted for Joe Biden, because you saw that they got a Biden sticker on their car. They don't give a fuck about y'all. Nigga, this ain't even about y'all. It's about them controlling us. This is not about y'all. Motherfuckers think because the civil unrest, like, oh, it's white people arguing. No, nigga, they're arguing over, as Dilly Fuller Jr. teaches us, go read the Maximum Compensatory Counter-Racist Code of Ethics by Nilly Fuller Jr. Go read that book. He talks about how when you watch two white folks arguing, you don't choose a side. If they're not arguing about replacing the system of racism and white supremacy, then why the fuck are you choosing a side? Then all they're arguing about is who is the biggest plantation owner. That's a fact. Google Nilly Fuller Jr. That nigga's raw. I want to hear this shit. Niggas up here, sitting up here. That's why when a nigga be like, oh, man, you know, we just gotta pray, man. I'm quick. Oh, niggas can't stand me. Shout out to Nuke. Nuke is probably about the only black melanated sister that will be around me, because when we get to talking that Bible shit, Nuke respects my perspective. And my perspective is, y'all niggas been praying to Cesare Borgia for 500 years. And what really has changed for the better for black folk? You better go get Dirty Bookman's prayer and go read it. Oh, I'm definitely getting Dirty Bookman, getting his prayer, and I'm getting a fucking picture and I'm framing it. Oh, I got a whole little plan. What do you mean? Who's Dirty Bookman? 1804, the Haitian Revolution. Dirty Bookman was like, y'all need to replace the image of the white man's God. Nigga, the God we pray to, Dirty Bookman was like this. We don't have the same God, because how could we have the same God when your God asked you to commit crimes against us? So I know we don't have the same God. So no, we need to replace the image of the white man's God, and we need to pray to our God. And that's why them Haitians start tapping into voodoo and voodoo. And that's why they have vilified voodoo and vilified it on TV and give you the stereotypical zombies and all this other shit and witchcraft and all this other shit by behind closed doors. These white folk, that what you think they practicing? Fuck out of here, man. That's why I can't stand with my. I'm like, yeah, man. I'm about to start reading some books on voodoo and voodoo, and I want to worship my ancestors and stuff like that, and I want to learn about Ifa and the real African sciences and religions. The motherfucker look at you like you crazy, and I'm like, if a motherfucker will argue down about Jesus, then you cannot save them from voting for Joe 94 Crime Bill Biden or Kamala Harris. Motherfuckers running around here talking about, well, she's an AKA. That doesn't mean that she's an AKA for you, okay? She don't fuck with you. The fuck? This bitch was locking up niggas left and right when she was in California. But ain't nobody say shit. And then they watch these executive orders. They're going to cater to the white LGBTQ. See, let me tell you something. Black folk need to understand. I love my LGBTQ, LMNOP, XYZ brothers and sisters, but y'all need to understand. Y'all are black first. And them white LGBTQ, LMNOP, XYZ don't fuck with y'all. And if they did, then why the fuck is Ed Buck not in prison? Ed Buck was getting them Moist brothers high off fucking crystal meth, and then for some sort of reason, they kept overdosing in his apartment. And nobody filed charges on this motherfucker. He was a Democratic donor. But niggas ain't say shit. Bill Clinton. They released a photo of him at Jeffrey Epstein's house getting a massage from one of them young bitches. Nothing happened to Bill Clinton. They let Bill Clinton speak at the DNC. Ghislaine Maxwell, nobody knows nothing about what the fuck she got going on, and she was complicit in all the fuckery that Jeffrey Epstein had going on. That bitch should be under the jail. But motherfuckers ain't saying shit. Motherfuckers just go tell you to go vote, go pray to Jesus. That's what motherfuckers will tell you. Well, you better go pray to Jesus because you know Jesus. Turn it over to the Lord and he'll work it out. Oh, yeah. Jesus can't work. Okay, well, we gonna see how much he gonna work it out. Because right now they kicking our motherfucking ass. The motherfuckers want to get around you talking about, oh, well, we need therapy. Nigga, like I said before, Harriet Tubman and them didn't have time to get no therapy. They was too busy getting their motherfucking asses whooped. So they didn't have time to be like, oh, well, hold on, white master. I gotta go to therapy because you've been kicking my ass. So I gotta go talk to a therapist. Nigga, get the fuck out of here. I bet you the slaves of that time would come and just they'd be like, hey man, what the fuck you got going on? Nigga, stop. Let me tell you something about Joe 94 Crime Bill Biden. How can you be the architect of the 94 Crime Bill who has given black folk mandatory minimums and drug laws that have put people behind bars for 10, 20, 30 years? Mass incarceration, 550,000 black folk in prison because of that crime bill. And then you gonna say, hey, black folks wanted it. So if I was in charge of white folk and they told me, we got to get these white folks in line, and I did something that could destroy white folk, and then when I want white folks vote again, I say, well, y'all wanted it. You think that they would put me back in office? Stop. But yet again, black folks always want to be the savior. Stacey Abrams, a.k.a. the Pine Saw Lady. That's what that bitch looked like. The fucking Pine Saw Lady. And when she thought she was going to get some nigga trinkets, the bitch telling everybody to go vote for motherfucking Joe Biden. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. There's too many niggas that's on some Mammy and Sambo shit, telling niggas to go vote and do all this sucker shit. Y'all niggas better wake the fuck up, man. Niggas don't fuck with you. They're not even taking this shit serious. Like, what do you mean, Warren? Why would they take it serious? You know what I'm saying? See, here's the thing, too, that motherfuckers need to really, really look at. Why is it that when you not even confront a melanated brother or sister, but when you be like, bro, I don't vote, man, that shit is all shiesty and shit. Motherfucker look at you upside your motherfucking head and be like, boy, I can't believe you say that, man. Man, shit, fuck that, man. Shit, then you shouldn't be complaining then. And you know what I told motherfucker? I said, my tax dollars tells me different, nigga. So I'ma always motherfucking complain until they tell me, well, if you don't vote, then we not gonna take your taxes. Okay, cool, then I won't vote and I'll shut the fuck up. And then if you don't vote, we're not gonna take taxes from you. You tax free, and you gotta sign an NDA. You can never say nothing again. Okay, cool. You'll never hear a peep out of me. But I don't want to hear that shit. So you want me to let them take taxes out of my motherfucking check every goddamn 2 weeks, but then I can't tell you shit about voting? Man, get the fuck out of here, nigga. You got me fucked up. And niggas be going for that suck ass shit. Let me see if I can find something. Joe Biden. Let's see. Inauguration. Let's see. Joe Biden inauguration speech. Let's see what he said. Because I didn't even watch it. I just seen people talking about the shit. Let's see. Let's see. We gonna play a little bit of this. But we ain't gonna play no motherfucking commercials. I'm gonna play the audio. And we gonna break down what he says. It's gonna be a bunch of lies. I think the motherfucker got Alzheimer's, but that's neither here nor there. Hey, but we gonna get on his ass in a minute too. Wasn't his son in a strip club smoking crack or smoking crystal meth? I guess, man. Here we go. And let me put this shit on pause. Let's play this shit. Let's see what this motherfucker say. Since y'all love this motherfucker so much, we gonna play it and see what this motherfucker say.
Chief Justice Roberts, Vice President Harris.
And he picked a non-foundational black American woman that don't give a fuck about no niggas. And because she's an AKA and wore chucks, all you silly, uneducated black women that are running around here talking about Kamala Harris is AKA, y'all need to read Black Labor White Wealth. Y'all need to read the ISIS papers by the Honorable Queen Mother, Dr. Frances Quest Welsing. See, I read it. So y'all need to read these books, man. That's the problem. Get off Instagram, get off Twitter, get off Facebook, and you need to get the cliff notes to these books. And then you're going to realize, ooh, I looked at dumb. Yeah, you did. Because you're cheering on people that don't give a flying fuck about who you are. And they don't consider themselves black unless it's convenient for them.
Speaker Pelosi, Leader Schumer.
All these people that's been career politicians for 1,000 years, but they've done nothing for black folk. Now, why is it every time we start talking about things, intangibles for black folk, nigga think you divisive, but we built the country? Now, I know I'm a descendant of a slave because of what my last name is. So I don't want to hear that shit. So when y'all talk about reciprocity, something quid pro quo, something for something to give me what is rightfully deserving of my people, I don't want to hear that shit. And I'm not finna be sitting up here jumping around and waving a goddamn flag. No, I don't pledge no allegiance to no flag, because why would I pledge allegiance to a flag that's built off of slavery? No. And it's built off the backs of black labor, which y'all act like we didn't even do. Y'all try to say immigrants built the country. The fuck?
Senator McConnell, Vice President Pence, and my distinguished guests, my fellow Americans. This is America's day. This is democracy's day, a day of history and hope, of renewal and resolve. Through a crucible for the ages, America has been tested anew, and America has risen to the challenge.
America is the most vile, vicious, racist corporation in the whole world. And for all y'all that don't know, the United States of America is a corporation. We ain't even gonna get on that today. Shawnee already know what it is. Tasha know what it is. Anybody who listens to me, go do your research. United States of America is a corporation. So let me tell you something. They don't give a fuck about no niggas because they know niggas are deaf, dumb, and blind, and all we gotta do is rock them to sleep. Just give them some nigga trinkets. And let's stop marching, whining, and repeat. Let's just make them feel like we care about them. That's a fact. And all he doing is regurgitate some shit we done heard a million times over. Kamala Harris stole Martin Luther King's whole speech about that girl that he met, and she said, I want freedom. And the bitch tried to say, oh, that's what I told my mom. Stop.
Today, we celebrate the triumph not of a candidate, but of a cause, the cause of democracy. The people, the will of the people has been heard, and the will of the people has been heeded. We've learned again.
The will of the dominant white society and all the other racial groups that fuck with the white dominant society. You know, my Latino brothers, I got to call you to the floor. It's a lot of Latino coons, my Puerto Rican coons and Cuban coons and El Salvadorian coons and all that. Y'all talk all this shit and wave y'all flags and it's about y'all nationality, and then y'all get on these corporate plantation jobs and you guys replicate the behavior of the white dominant society. So I don't want to hear that shit.
That democracy is precious. Democracy is fragile. And at this hour, my friends, democracy has prevailed.
Democracy under the guise and rulership of the system of racism, white supremacy. That's what it is. But motherfuckers love it. And oh my God. He's the next best thing to Barack Obama.
So now, on this hallowed ground where just a few days ago, violence sought to shake the Capitol's very foundation, we come together as one nation, under God, indivisible, to carry out the...
Under God, as Dirty Bookman says, under your God. That's not our God. Our God is an ancient African belief system. That's what black folk need to be praying to. Y'all need to remove the imagery of Cesare Borgia. You know, the white nigga with the blonde hair that looked like Kurt Rambis with a perm press just for me kid. You know, he got the little perm press down. That's Cesare Borgia. The Borgias were Spaniards. And what they did was Rodrigo Borgia, they were a corrupt family. And Rodrigo Borgia was the Pope at the time. And what he did was he ruled Italy, Rome. And a lot of Italians didn't like the Borgias because they weren't Italian. They were Spaniards. And he became the Pope of Rome. And they were so vile and corrupt, that motherfucker was like, well, I want you to paint what I think Jesus looks like. And he looks like my son, Cesare. And Mary looks like Lucrezia. And that's those images that y'all see is Lucrezia and Cesare Borgia. That's those images that you see all the time in those black churches.
Peaceful transfer of power, as we have for more than 2 centuries. As we look ahead in our uniquely American way, restless, bold, optimistic, and set our sights on the nation we know we can be and we must be. I thank my predecessors of both parties for their presence here today. I thank them from the bottom of my heart. And I know the resilience of our Constitution.
The Constitution that was written by all slave owners that were the architects that constructed racism, white supremacy. Those people who wrote that Constitution, they wrote it to keep niggas in line, and they wrote it for white folk. So while we up here praising our forefathers and Thomas Jefferson and all these fuck them motherfuckers, man. And fuck they family members too. Straight up. Because all these generations of white folk, dominant society motherfuckers, they could have changed the narrative so many times. And if they can't stand us so much, then give us the reparations that you owe us and we get the fuck on. And we can fuck who we want to fuck and do what the fuck we want to do. And we ain't got to fuck with you. We ain't got to go to your jobs. We ain't got to deal with y'all. But what ends up happening is they have come to the realization like, oh, well, we still need them because we need entertainment. Because if you remove black folk from football and basketball, ain't nobody going to watch a whole bunch of white boys play basketball. That's why in baseball, they got tired of niggas hitting them for that whoop wop. So what they started doing was, well, we'll go get the Mexican niggas over there to the Dominican Republic. Because, you know, they don't care how much we pay them. You know, niggas want too much money type shit. But it's like, well, am I not worth what I'm demanding I should get paid? I know my worth. They just don't like niggas knowing their worth. That's all it is. It's like it is at the corporate plantation anywhere. Once you know your worth, you know what it is. They want you to get the fuck on.
And the strength of our nation, as does President Carter who I spoke with last night, who cannot be with us today, but whom we salute for his lifetime in service.
And President Carter didn't give a fuck about no niggas either.
I've just taken the sacred oath each of those patriots have taken. The oath first sworn by George Washington. But the American
George Washington, who did not tell a lie. I have a book about George Washington. It's about Never Caught. And I'm getting ready to read that. I might just read that next after the destruction of a black civilization. The book is called Never Caught. It's about this slave named Una Judge who escaped George Washington and his racist, vile, vicious-ass wife who was looking for her and put out basically APB. They were trying to catch that bitch and kill her. George Washington used to yank out niggas' teeth and make dentures out of them. He didn't have no wooden teeth because he was yanking out niggas' teeth and trying to make dentures out of them. He didn't give a fuck about no niggas. Y'all need to go read the book Medical Apartheid by Harriet Washington. It tells you all you need to know about motherfuckers like George Washington and John Sims. As Shawnee Brown even knows about that shit too. She know about that. We chopped it up before, I think a year ago, about that book, or 2 years ago about medical apartheid and all the fucked up shit that they was doing to black folk. George Washington was a part of that shit too. Y'all need to understand, if I write rules, regulations, and the architect about for something that has kept people in bondage for years and years and years, and all my people have benefited off of it, those people that have been under bondage, they're going to want to kill me. And not even just that, they're going to hate me. They might smile with me until they get a chance, and when they get a chance, they should try to take over what the fuck I got going on. And that's the thing with black folk. Black people, in my honest opinion, are dealing with too much racial showcasing confusion. Niggas don't want to educate themselves. Niggas don't want to read. Then when you try to talk to niggas about reading and shit, niggas want to give you the Bible and tell you to pray. And then when you start calling out that fucking religion that they in, they don't even know what the fuck is going on. Then they get mad at you and tell you going to hell. And I'll be like, well, do you even know where hell is? What is hell? And then, see, because this is my thing. This is what I always tell motherfuckers. Don't come to me talking that church shit. I'm telling you that right now. If you in my age bracket and you still talking that and all this other shit, nigga, I'm going to tell you, you need to go read one book, and that's called The Matrix of Power by Jordan Maxwell. He breaks all that esoteric knowledge down about religion. Then he got another book called, I think it's Old Time Religion. Him and Paul Tice. Dope-ass book. I read that shit too. Then I read a book about sex symbols and stars, and it talks about how in the Bible, it's a lot of cryptid messages in numerology and motherfucking astrology in these Bible books. But then motherfuckers talk about that Christian, they going to heaven. And then when you fuck a bitch be asking you what your zodiac sign is. Now, bitch, if you going to heaven and you a Christian, you shouldn't be talking about no motherfucking zodiac signs. But only us. We used the Bible. Black folk use the Bible like they going to Burger King and they getting a number 2 combo and they adding shit to it. Yeah. In that Bible, let me get a little side of Jesus, and could I get an extra large Moses, and could I get a little Abraham with that on the side, and let me get a bit of could I get a bit of Mary Magdalene on the side? Could I supersize that? That's how niggas do the Bible. Niggas don't even be reading this shit. They don't even know where the shit come from. They just, white folks just read this shit, and then that's it. Fuck out of here.
American story depends not on any one of us, not on some of us, but on all of us, on we the people.
Meaning we white folk.
Who seek a more perfect union.
Meaning racism, white supremacy should be upheld, and we're not going to replace that system and establish a system of justice because we still want to be in power. And we've been in power the last 450 years. So why would we change it? That's what you're saying. That's what you're basically saying, my nigga.
This is a great nation.
Yeah, this is a great nation built on black labor. So it's great, but very wicked. Very wicked.
We're good people.
So you good people. But when they asked you, Joe Biden, hey, man, what do you think about reparations? You said, why should I pay for what my ancestors did? Why should I pay for that, for what my ancestors did? I wasn't there then. I didn't do any of that, but you're a direct beneficiary of slavery. You have white privilege because of slavery. So what do you mean you shouldn't pay for what they did? It's so funny. They quick to say that about black folk, but tell a Jewish person, well, why should y'all get reparations? That didn't even happen here. Most black folk don't even know that what happened to the white Jewish community was in Europe. That didn't even happen on United States of America Incorporated soil. But we still pay them reparations every year they get a check. So I don't want to hear that shit. But when it comes to black folk and you be like, hey man, I gotta get reparations, motherfucker, go tell you go pray and go read the Bible and shit. I'll be wanting to take that King James version and slap a motherfucker upside the head with it. I don't want to hear that shit. Nigga, I need the cash money. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about no motherfucking praying. Unless I'm praying to Jean-Jacques Dessalines or Dirty Bookman or Mackendal. Or I'm praying to Queen Nzinga of Angola, who was like, I don't trust these fucking white Portuguese motherfuckers trying to play a motherfucking game, and fuck you Dutch motherfuckers too. See, they didn't like Queen Nzinga because she wasn't playing no bullshit games with their ass. See, her brother was a motherfucking slave trader. So they liked her brother. But she didn't really fuck with him either like that. She was kind of looking and watching him like, yeah, nigga, when you go, nigga, it's going to be a whole nother ball game in this bitch. And she flipped mode is the squad on them motherfucking Caucasians. And they didn't know what to do with her. They try to put out all this vile bullshit and make up rumors about her that she killed her brother because they didn't want her in power because she was not fucking with the bullshit. See, when you become a threat like Malcolm X was, see, he was up under the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So they didn't like that nigga. And the whole time they were trying to seek and destroy. And motherfuckers don't get it. That's why you're going to always hear me talk about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. You're going to always hear me talk about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan because, nigga, they are telling you exactly what the fuck is going on. They don't waver. They don't placate. They don't bend the knee. And they stand on principle, purpose, and what they try to do is educate black folk to arm themselves with education. Because anything that I've heard the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan talk about, he always reference a book. He don't just sit up there and be running his mouth, and he know about other religions. So I don't want to hear that shit.
Over the centuries, through storm and strife, in peace and in war, we've come so far, but we still have far to go. We'll press forward with speed and urgency, for we have much to do in this winter of peril.
Yeah, like give us reparations, motherfucker. That's what y'all got to do.
And significant possibilities. Much to repair, much to restore, much to heal, much to build, and much to gain.
You know what's so funny? Y'all need to understand this. If black folk already built the country, what do they have to build? Buildings and stuff, but the foundation of this country was built by black folk. And just FYI, y'all niggas need to stop saying, well, we stole the country from the Native Americans. The Native Americans are you. You are the Native Americans. Read the book They Came Before Columbus by Dr. Ivan Van Sertima. Man, I can't. That's why when I was watching this podcast, this one brother, he checked the shit out of Jane Elliott in a very educational way because he was just like, what about reparations? She was like, reparations, you see about Native Americans. Oh, so you guys want TPs and reservations? And he was like, well, yeah. Oh, you see what they did? He was like, well, Native Americans already got their reparations. They already got their money. They got their land. And she was like, oh, so that's what you guys want. He was like, well, that's on them what they did with it. But they already got their stuff. They already got their money. It's black folk that need to get their money. Then the bitch exposed herself. When the niggas start talking about reparations, this bitch started talking about the Native Americans. Y'all need to stop thinking because any other racial group will speak on behalf of black folk that they really have your best interests at heart. If she really had our best interests at heart, Jane Elliott will be talking about reparations for black folk because we built this country. But no white folk I've ever seen in my life has the gall, the temerity to speak up and say, you know what? Black folks do deserve reparations, and they deserve a lot more money than what the United States of America Incorporated is trying to give them. Nobody want to talk about that. Everybody want to talk about go vote and go participate without reciprocity.
Few people in our nation's history have been more challenged or found a time more challenging or difficult than the time we're in now. Once-in-a-century virus that silently stalks the country.
Oh, yeah, you already know now this motherfucker finna be white-splaining and talking all this bullshit. Next.
Within the guardrails of our republic is perhaps this nation's greatest strength.
Yeah, no, I don't want to hear that shit, man. Nigga, you got me fucked up, man. Put the motherfucking music back on, nigga. I don't want to hear that shit. Y'all niggas better fucking wake the fuck up, man. I'm telling you, man, I be looking at niggas sometimes, I just be like, bruh, what the fuck are you on, bruh? Like, you about to get Barack Obama all over again. Let me tell you something, man. Y'all motherfuckers better wake the fuck up, man. You got Aunt Becky from Full House who didn't really want to go to prison. Then her husband was like, I kind of really don't want to do the rest of my term in prison. Even though I did cheat, I don't really care. I'm white, I'm not a nigger, and I think I'm gonna just chill and do my rest of my time at home. Nobody says shit. Then you got motherfucking Harvey Weinstein, just straight full court pressing and just straight strong arming bitches out of pussy. Nothing happens to him. Motherfucker had a motherfucking microphone, was video recording that motherfucker, had a wire. Nothing happened to him. Nothing at all. But R. Kelly, let's mute R. Kelly, and they basically strangled his resources to death where he can't even make money, and put him all in the news and used the ugly King Cooper KRS-One crocodile skin looking bitch. Tarana Burke, that's the most ugliest, hideous bitch I've ever seen in my life. And they used that bitch to do the Me Too shit. And I'm like, and niggas didn't even get it at the time. And I get it, motherfuckers is frustrated, but this is what I mean about being on code. Man, sometimes when you're on code, you don't air your dirty laundry out for everybody to see. And don't let white folk use you as a tool to air out your dirty laundry with another black brother. Unless that brother just already lost his mind. But if things could be resolved behind closed doors, resolve it. Stop putting all your dirty laundry on this fucking platform, man. Because let me tell you something. The dominant society, they thrive off that shit. And they look to seek and destroy. That's why when I'm reading this book, Destruction of a Black Civilization, see, a lot of the times, the dominant white society, the Portuguese, the Dutch, they were just waiting for black folk to get into it. Because they like, oh, these niggas gonna end up getting into it anyway. And then when they get into it, we just gonna come in with our own plan. And that's exactly what they've been doing. We will self-destruct before they even come in. And then they come in as the heroes in the end because we so mad at each other. I just don't understand. You can't forgive your fellow brother or sister for nothing. But a police race soldier could kill your brother, sister, cousin. And y'all niggas out there want to shake hands and hug them and say you forgive them. Like Jacob Blake. This nigga shot him. They had him taped to a mother. He looked like the motherfucker from he looked like the nigga from the Larry H. Parker commercial. And if y'all niggas know about the 80s, Larry H. Parker got me $2.1 million, but the nigga couldn't walk or nothing. This nigga chained to a damn hospital bed and can't even fucking move. Goddamn bone collector. The nigga looked like Denzel Washington in The Bone Collector. And a motherfucker still talking about, hey man, we just need to chill and all get along. I'm like, oh man, because too many niggas want to settle. That's why niggas go get Lee Merritt or Ben Crump, who are, all they doing is just brokeraging deals for you, between you and the race soldiers. And then they pay you a little money and they tell you to get the fuck on. Motherfuckers better wake up, man. Stop thinking that, oh man, if I just go pray, man, yeah, right. Let me know how that's turning out. Motherfuckers better arm themselves with education, man. And I'm not talking about no motherfucking going to fucking college education. I'm talking about you better read these books. You better know what the fuck is going on. If you don't know your history, you don't know where you're going. And let me tell you something. You talking to a nigga that grew up in that take the law along with you shit. And no diss, but goddamn, nigga, I don't know about no Dr. Claude Anderson or no motherfucking Dr. Francis Cress Welsing or Neely Fuller Jr. or Phil Valentine or Professor Grit. Like, how am I not knowing about these people? And then you get out in the real world and you have to deal with the court plantation and the antics and the racism and all the other bullshit, and you don't know how to deal with it. That's why a lot of black folks be wilding out, tripping, being reactionary, because we're not armed but with the tools and the skill set that we need to govern ourselves on these court plantation jobs, because we have not been socialized to conduct ourselves a certain way. We've been socialized to basically act like a domesticated primate at the court plantation, and whatever they tell you to do, I'll do it for you. Yeah, I'll do it. And then laugh and joke and always want to be the jokester. Sometimes go to court plantation and just look at them like they crazy. That'll fuck with them even more than you joking and saying all kinds of crazy shit, because now they know that you're not reactionary and you know how to respond, but not how to react. Everybody has their misperhaps, and that's fine. But a lot of the times, reel it back in, because I'm telling you right now, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris ain't gonna do shit. It's gonna be one and the same, like Obama. And don't even get me started on Obama. Oh, I had to check a motherfucker the other day. Oh, Obama. I said Obama. You mean Barry Sortero, whose stepdad had bank, who grew up around the bushes? Barack Obama wasn't no poor kid, man. Stop. That's why Donald Trump was saying the shit that he was saying. These wealthy people know who these wealthy people are. What kid you know inherits $450,000 when their grandmother died? Stop. Why do you think he did so much for BP Oil? Because his stepdad was involved with BP Oil. Said on the fucking board of directors, if I'm not mistaken. Go look it up. Unless they done wiped it all from the internet. See, they put it right in front of your face. And then motherfuckers still be like, man, Obama 08. Yeah, nigga, I was part of that Obama. I voted for him twice. Yeah, Obama, black folks. You know, black folks. And the nigga didn't do a motherfucking thing. So fuck a motherfucking Obama. And that's just my perspective. And you share a different perspective? Good for you. But let me tell you, on my end, nah, nigga, I couldn't fuck with that shit no more. I don't care how laid Michelle Obama's hair was. She's complicit in the bullshit too. So I don't want to hear that shit. And every motherfucker that's sitting up here trying to shame you because you don't fuck with the bullshit, you wrong too. Man, that's one thing. A nigga, don't talk to a nigga about Obama and Jesus. Once you be like, oh, Jesus is real? I be laughing at niggas like, oh, for real? Well, where is he? And when is he coming back? Stop. And then when you start, okay, do you know who wrote the Bible? Then when you start getting into who wrote the Bible, and you know it's William Shakespeare, the Council of Nicaea, you know they took books out, right? Right? You know that, right? The motherfucker be like, no, I'll read the King James Version. I just be like, all right, man. I had to get away from people, man. Because in my mind, I just be like, you can't be serious. This is some shit them people gave you. This is not your African ancient belief system. This isn't Ifa or voodoo or Kondule or Santeria. No, this is some shit they gave you. Go read the book Behold the Pale Horse, man. For real. I can't. I just don't get people sometimes. I got this book called Vote Scam. I'm going to read that shit too. I tried to get it before the election so I could try to cram it in and read it, but I got it after the election, but I wouldn't go vote anyway. Called Vote Scam. They don't give a fuck about y'all niggas. If voting was really about voting, then they wouldn't let you dumb motherfuckers do it. Go get you an etymology dictionary. An etymology dictionary tells you the origins of the word. Vote means to wish. I've said it a million times. And mark my words, when nothing changes and they start catering to every other racial group, especially the Latino brothers and sisters, don't say I didn't tell you so. When they start giving them the nigga trinkets and all the shit, giving them the jobs, giving them appointed positions and dealing more with them, and then the Latinos start looking at you like you crazy, then you gonna realize, damn, it ain't no black and brown coalition. See, I'm not mad at my Latino brothers and sisters. Why, Warren? Because they know what being on code means. Now it's our chance now to replicate that behavior. Start being on code. Don't air out your brother and sister's dirty laundry on no social media platform. Sometimes you need to handle that behind closed doors. But that's just my partake on it, man. Hey, man, you already know what it is. This is No I Don't Know TV. I'm your boy, Warren G, the place to be. Been clowning suckery since 2003, nigga. And let me tell you this. Now, I don't claim to know anything. And I'm not on here clout chasing either. Trust me, I like the channel just like this because this is therapy. This is my therapy. And I don't want my motherfuckers to get my page shut down. If all you hoe ass niggas up there trying to shame niggas because they don't want to take that vaccine, then nigga, then you go take it. Oh, and my question to y'all too. Why doesn't Bill Gates take the vaccine on TV? And not something, no, we want to see from start to finish. We want to see the vaccination get off the plane. We want to see the vaccination get on the car. Then we want to see the vaccination travel to the hospital. Then we want to see a camera where Bill Gates and his wife takes the vaccination on TV in front of all of us. Since you talking about the black society should get it first. If you want to get the vaccination, get the vaccination. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal, but stop shaming people into doing it. Let everybody have their own belief system. All you do is give them your perspective. So if you want to get the vaccination, go get it. And don't be nosy and be worried about motherfuckers that ain't getting it. It ain't your business. And I look at niggas just like with the church shit. Yeah, man, you go to church? I met a musician out here. This was about a year ago. And I was chopping up with the brother. I'm like, yeah, man, we should do some music. I'm like, yeah. I was like, man, let's do some music on Sunday. Oh, man, I got to go to church on Sunday. I'm like, oh, God, here we go. Man, you should go to church. I said, look, bro, I don't really do the church shit. And what really fucked me up was I was like, I don't really do the church shit, man, because it doesn't teach black empowerment and it doesn't teach self-preservation and self-sustainability. And he was like, what you mean? And I was like, look, man, I just feel like black churches, they do more of wanting tithes and speaking in tongues and shouting and singing and choirs and all this other shit. But when it comes to black businesses and being an entrepreneur and knowing about the system of racism, white supremacy, and educating yourself about other religions, they don't preach educating yourself about other religions. They just want you to be in their religion because they feel like their way is the way to go to heaven. And I don't really fuck with that shit because that does not educate you and teach you and arm you with the right tools that are necessary to deal with racism and white supremacy when you at the corporate plantation, bro. And he kind of was like, but yeah, man, if you want to come to church, and after that, I didn't even fuck with the nigga, man. Because I was like, man, I don't have time to be arguing with no niggas about no church shit, man. And I'm not telling a nigga not to go to church. I'm just telling a nigga I don't do that church shit like that. And now I'm respectful. You know, if I go to church, I'm respectful. I don't go there looking for an argument and take my books and, oh, no, I know how to be respectful, but I tend to veer more towards I don't really fuck with that shit. I believe in the power of prayer. I've read too many books. The Powers of Your Subconscious Mind. Thoughts are things. I read those books. So if you pray and you guys are praying and using that energy the right way, it does work. I just don't believe in and all this bullshit. And ain't nothing, the circumstances are not changing. And you like, well, what do you mean? A nigga working a good job at a corporate plantation, that has not changed the circumstances for black folk. It has not moved us economically one iota. So I'm not really into that, but that's just me. Have your own perspective, have your own path, and whatever you into that's going to stimulate your mind as far as reading, hey man, have your little sip of little wine, read your little book. But educate yourself. Don't be a walking, deaf, dumb, blind commoner. Especially if you black, man. That's dangerous. But hey, man, I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing. If you don't subscribe, I get what it is, man. I ain't on here cloud chasing, nigga. And I ain't finna be on here on no bullshit either. Y'all already know what it is. And if you don't know what it is, then you better go get some books and educate yourself before you get to just listening to whatever a motherfucker tell you. And if you are around a Sambo, Coon, tell him about the gun line, Steven from Django, Hayward Shepherd ass nigga, guilty nigga, I'm out. Peace.